Hi, my name is Sarah from Sarah's Real Job. We are on our way now to do some eco training with Ecocompanion. We are almost at Karongwe right now. We've just taken a little pit stop, but check out that view. Have you seen it? It's so South Africa. I love it. We also set out to collect some of the wildlife stories from the people on the front lines of conservation. How's it going? Good? Yeah, I know, right? I'm getting used to having that point now. Sarah, nice to meet you. As we arrived, we were invited to a sleep out. Sat round the campfire, I could tell this place was rife with wildlife stories. Sarah's Real Job.
No season right today. Up from the top. The sun builds up.
After a while, you can come from the south.
So there's Hardy opened his wings and you just see the circle flying. For a squirrel, like normal squirrels also do, yeah. But the circle wouldn't catch him.
It's 12 p.m. and I'm getting out my sleeping bag now because we're on watch until 2 a.m. The idea is we need to keep the fire going, and we also need to make sure that no big animals come wandering into camp because we are camping in the middle of a game reserve at the Big Five. So I'm pretty awake with that in mind. Check my pyjama bottoms out as well. As the sun came up, we took a walk to have a look at the tracks and signs from the animals that had ventured into the camp that night. So we've just stopped for a perfect tea break looking at this unbelievable sunset over there, and we've seen tracks, we've seen signs, we've seen buffalo, one of the Big Five, and also a dung beetle, which I've never seen before, and now stop to admire this view. I've got to say though, these tea breaks are never getting old. How many animals have you got at the moment that you're looking after?
At the moment, I have to think now. I think around about, I think 12 different species of animals.
What's the scariest situation then if the hippo wasn't a panic?
I suppose I got a bit of a fright when I was about there where that car is.
Yeah.
I was fixing a pipe or cable that came down from the house that went through here. And I had my face right down near the ground, and suddenly something right here went brrrr at me. I looked up and it was a buffalo coming at me.
Ostriches, blue wildebeest.
One of those project buffaloes who
decided
that he wanted, I don't know, he wanted something from me. Maybe he thought I was going to feed him, so I climbed up the tree.
Nyala, a Brahman, that's a sort of cow, and some sheep.
What about the lion that you're saying that got all bloodied up?
Well, this was when I was working in the zoo. The big male had beaten her up, don't know why. And because it was my section, it was my job to sort the problem out. So I jumped into the moat, swam across. They opened the doors, all the others went in, and then I jumped into the moat with a piece of bamboo and chased her in with that.
Is it standard bamboo is like the lion defense equipment in those days?
Yeah, I suppose it was. There wasn't much else. It was just the first thing that was at hand.
And hyraxes, dassies.
When you're working in the zoo, you've got to have some time off. So somebody else works your section for you. And I was working someone else's section on a weekend. We used to feed the primates a protein mix. You mix a bit of milk powder and some protein powder. So I'd given them their protein mix and I put the food on the outside enclosure, and I was walking back down the passage and I wanted to collect the bowls before letting them out, because if they take the bowl with, they could break it and destroy it while playing outside. Oops. And I walked past to just grab the bowl, but she was sitting there with her hand in the bowl.
Oh,
So she had her hand on the side of the bowl, thumb in the bowl, and as I walked past she grabbed my wrist and pulled. You don't stand a chance.
I've rehabilitated vervet monkeys, chacma baboons, porcupine, I have to think there's so many of them, a hippo, a rhino, nyalas, a serval, and then obviously the squirrels, and also a bat, and a spotted eagle owl. Yeah, I have to say I quite love my bullfrog. Normally you have to have a permit to keep a African bullfrog. My husband saved the bullfrog because some people used him for fishing, and he gave it to me for my birthday, and I have him now almost 2 years, and I just love him. He loves to sit with me on the couch watching TV with me. I call him Simpson. Yeah.
Would you say that would be your favourite animal?
No,
Emma?
pigs.
Pigs?
Yep.
Really?
I like pigs.
Of everything?
Any pig. If it's a pig, it's cool. Well, my daughter hand raised a warthog, but used to sleep in her bed. So you go into her room to wake her up, and the pig's got the bed and she's on the floor.
What happened to the pig?
We sent him off to a sort of safari park type place.
Okay.
No, but he was too
Tame.
habituated. Yeah. Then he actually nailed a girl there, ripped her leg open. So they put him down.
Oh, sad.
Piggy.
Oh.
Oh.
Tomorrow we are heading out to Botswana. It's going to be super duper cool. We're going to be within a different camp where our accommodation is going to be slightly more rustic, and we're going to look at tracks and signs. I say rustic though, we slept on a rock the first night, so actually I think given our first night we're probably game for anything right now. Have I got crumbs around my mouth? I feel like I've got crumbs. We've arrived in Mashatu, which is in Botswana. We've crossed over the border, and I am not kidding, it is hot. Seriously hot here. The whole area looks completely different to where we just were. As you can see, it's wide open. There's not as much grassland, which means it's going to be amazing for animal viewing, so we're hoping to see quite a lot here. We met Moses, a Maasai guide from Kenya, who agreed to share a story with us.
My name is Titimet Ole Nambaso. Moses, as they call me, it's a Christian name. So I come from Kenya, and in Kenya I come from a place called Masai Mara.
When the elephant was chasing you, what was the first thing that went through your mind?
First, you really feel like it's the end of your life. I was taking cows to drink water in one of the springs, and I didn't see this elephant. It was really crazy, and immediately it started to charge at me. So when it charged at me, I had a really narrow escape because I just had to turn back and run towards the cows. It kept trumpeting and almost like holding me, almost catching me. I could feel the breath, and like when it goes trumpeting, wow, it's like hot water on my back. It chased me like 200 meters. We have one of the shuka, we call it shuka. We normally wrap ourselves with. I just dropped it in a tree. The elephant kept coming for me, kept running at me, and immediately I dropped that. It thought I was the one there. And so when you wrap yourself with that, and maybe you're running and then you remove it, so it feels like, oh, this is it, I got you, and I just escaped. That was close.
What are you doing?
I am fantastic. How can it be anything other than fantastic here? It's not the place to be in a bad mood, is it? Let's be honest. I thought I knew Botswana before I came here, and now I've figured out that I haven't seen anywhere near enough of it. This place is absolutely insane. It doesn't even look real. It's like a movie set. It's like walking around a movie set. I absolutely love it. I really love it. I don't want to leave. Throughout this trip I have learned quite a lot actually. I've learned about tracking and signs. I've learned to tell the difference between elephant poo and rhino poo. I've also learned about some of the purposes of the leaves of the plants here. But I've also learned that sleeping in a tent isn't always that scary, even though there's that much material separating you from a lion or a hyena. One of the best bits about being here in winter, aside from the fact that the grass is yellow and dead and it makes it really easy to spot wildlife, is this. The rivers. This is a dry riverbed. This was probably flowing madly during the summer season, but now, how cool is it? And it means that all of the animals have limited water holes. So you see elephants walking up and down here. You can see elephant dung, in fact, scattered all the way along it. So it's like the perfect place in the morning when you've got your cup of tea to come down, chill, watch the wildlife.